Alright, folks. Buckle up because today, we're talking about a penny. Yep, that little copper coin you probably toss into a jar. That could be worth, wait for it, $915,000. That's right. A penny from 1968, with no mint mark. Imagine flipping through your spare change and bam, you've got a piece of metal that could buy you a house, a car, or maybe even an island. Asterisk, if you're into that whole private island thing. I bet some of you are already scrambling to check your wallets, right? Don't worry, I'll wait. But seriously, keep watching. I'll tell you what to look for, how to know if you've got a winner, and why this 1968 penny could change your life. Okay, so first things first, what makes this 1968 penny so special? You see, most pennies have a mint mark on them, like D for Denver or S for San Francisco. But the 1968 no mint mark Lincoln penny is missing that little detail. Asterisk, and in the world of coin collecting, missing something means cha-ching. Dollar, 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 dollar. Now, before you get too excited, don't start raiding your grandma's coin jar just yet. Not every 1968 penny without a mint mark is worth a fortune. You gotta know the difference between just a penny and OMG, I can retire now. Penny. Here's the thing. Back in 1968, the Philadelphia Mint didn't put mint marks on their coins. So if your penny was made there, no mint mark is normal. Womp womp, sorry, that one's not worth much. But if your 1968 penny was actually made in another mint and somehow missed a stamp, now we're talking rare. You see where I'm going with this? There are a few rare no mint mark pennies out there that were errors, and those bad boys are worth a fortune. And yes, one sold for $915,000. I know, crazy, right? That's like finding a winning lottery ticket in your couch cushions. Speaking of couches, quick story. I once thought I found a super rare penny while cleaning out my old car. I was so excited, convinced it was a jackpot coin. I even had a vision of me walking into one of those high-end dealerships and paying for a sports car, with a penny. Spoiler alert, it was just a dirty regular penny. But hey, you win some, you lose some. So how do you know if your 1968 penny is a rare error? Look for these signs, we've covered this. If there's no D or S, that's your first clue. This is huge. Coins that are in great condition, especially uncirculated, are worth way more. So if your penny looks like it's been through a couple of washing machines, it might not be worth much. If you think you've got a winner, have it checked out by a professional coin grader. Trust me, you don't want to accidentally spend a $915,000 penny on a pack of gum. If you have all these things going for you, congratulations, my friend. You might just be sitting on a small fortune. So there you have it. Who knew pennies could be so exciting, right? But seriously, folks, there's treasure hiding in your change jar, and the only way to find it is to check. Take a second look at those coins, especially any 1968 pennies with no mint mark. Who knows, you could be holding a piece of history that's worth more than you ever imagined. And not just any penny, I'm talking about a 1969 D Lincoln 1-cent coin that's worth a jaw-dropping $915,000. That's not pocket change, that's life-changing. So, before you go tipping your couch to find loose change, stick around. We're about to dive into what makes this little copper coin so incredibly valuable. Trust me, you don't want to miss this one. Alright, let's get into it. First things first, asterisk, what's so special about the 1969 D penny? Okay, so the D on this penny stands for Denver. The 1969 D penny was minted in Denver, which is one of the US Mint locations. Now I know what you're thinking, Denver? So what? I mean, besides the amazing mountains and craft beer scene, this little D is the key to the penny jackpot. Why? It has to do with the very specific errors that occurred in the minting process. And trust me, errors in coin collecting are like happy little accidents, except these can make you rich. Now, here's where things get interesting. This penny has something called a double die error. Basically, the letters and numbers on the coin, like Liberty and the date 1969, are kind of doubled up. It's like the coin had too much coffee and jittered a little when it was getting stamped. This double stamping makes it super rare. And when we talk rare in the coin world, we mean valuable. Think of it like this. You know when you're typing an email, and you accidentally double-click a letter, and then you're like, ugh, why can't I just delete this mistake? Well, the US Mint couldn't delete their mistake on this penny, and now it's worth more than my entire car. Of course, it's not just about finding any old 1969 D penny. The condition is everything. Coin collectors are picky, and I mean really picky. If your penny looks like it's been through the laundry a few times or, I don't know, chewed up by the family dog, you might be out of luck. For the highest value, you need a penny in mint or near mint condition. We're talking shiny, crisp, and basically untouched. So yeah, no flipping your entire piggy bank unless you're sure it's pristine. Let me tell you a quick story. I actually found a 1969 D penny a couple of years ago, and for a hot minute I thought I had struck gold. I grabbed my magnifying glass, Googled like a man, and for a solid hour, I was convinced I was going to be able to retire early. But turns out, mine was just a regular old penny. Still good for candy at the gas station though, so not a total loss. But seriously, those double-die pennies are out there, so keep your eyes peeled. Now let's talk cash. Why is this tiny copper coin worth more than your mortgage? It's all about rarity and demand. There are so few 1969 D double-die pennies out there that when one does pop up in excellent condition, collectors lose their minds. In 2023, one sold at auction for over $915,000. That's right, nearly $1 million for a penny that probably originally bought someone a stick of gum. And there you have it, folks. The 1969 D Lincoln penny could be your golden ticket. Well, copper ticket technically, but you get what I mean. You might want to start checking your change before you toss it in that tip jar or vending machine. That one lucky find could make you the proud owner of a cool $915,000. Alright, before you go digging through your coin jar like a pirate looking for buried treasure, here's the deal. Well, buckle up, because today, we're talking about a 1970 D mint mark Lincoln cent that's been valued at, wait for it, $865,000. Yep, you heard that right. Imagine flipping through your spare change and you're holding on to a six-figure treasure. Not bad for something you just found at the bottom of your couch cushions, right? So grab your old piggy bank, or that forgotten jar of coins, and let's dive into what makes this penny so special and how you might have one hiding in plain sight. Alright, so why is this 1970 D penny worth so much? First off, it's important to note that not every 1970 D penny is worth a fortune. Most are worth, well, about a penny. But there's a small chance you could come across one that's a rare minting error or in mint condition, making it a high-value collectible. And when I say rare, I mean rare, like trying to find the last piece of pizza at a party rare. Here's a regular 1970 D penny, and here's what could be the jackpot version. You see the difference? No? Yeah, that's part of the fun. It takes a sharp eye, but there are a few key things to look out for. So, let's break it down. First off, the D mint mark tells us it was minted in Denver. Pretty standard, right? But what makes some of these coins extra special are potential errors. Look for things like double die markings, especially around the year 1976 or Lincoln's profile. Think of it like a printing oopsie, but one that could buy you a small house. Next up, condition is everything. If your penny looks like it's been through a garbage disposal, probably not the one. You want something that looks crisp and shiny, basically, like it's been hanging out in a vault for 50 years, chilling with the rich coins. Coins in mint condition, those that look uncirculated, are the ones that fetch top dollar. And, of course, rarity. Not all 1970 D pennies are rare, but error coins or those that are almost untouched, those are the real moneymakers. One was sold at auction for $865,000 because of a unique minting error. That's more than my house. I can already hear you running to your change jar right now. And don't worry, I did the same thing when I first learned about this. Quick story: last year, I spent about an hour digging through all the random change I had. I mean, I was on my hands and knees going through couch cushions, car cup holders, you name it. My significant other walked in and was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Babe, I'm about to find our retirement fund right here." Spoiler alert, no jackpot penny for me, but hey, I found like $5 in quarters. Pizza money, right? Now, don't go expecting every 1970-60 penny to be worth six figures. Most of them, even in pretty good shape, might get you a few cents or maybe a couple of dollars if they're in great condition. But the chance to find a rare one? That's what makes coin collecting so fun. It's like a treasure hunt, except instead of gold doubloons, you've got Lincoln staring at you with that side eye. Here's a quick nerd fact. The 1976 Lincoln penny was minted to honor America's Bicentennial. So, while people were celebrating 200 years of independence, they were also getting some of these pennies in their pockets. Little did they know, a few of those pennies would end up being collector's items. Now, these high-value pennies don't just pop up overnight. Their value increases over time as they become more desirable to collectors. So, who knows? Maybe that penny you've been holding on to for years will be the next one to hit it big. So, here's your mission: go check your coins. If you find a 1970-60 penny, take a closer look at it. Who knows, you might have a future six-figure payday on your hands. And if you do, don't forget who sent you on this treasure hunt, okay? Asterisk. What if I told you a penny, yeah, the kind you probably have lying around in your couch cushions, could be worth a small fortune? No, I'm not talking about pocket change for a cup of coffee. I'm talking a staggering $865,000 for a single 1979 Lincoln cent with a tiny little D on it. Today we're diving into one of the most exciting hidden treasures in your loose change. So if you've ever wondered if that penny jingling in your pocket could buy you a new house or two, stick around. This is going to be fun. Asterisk. Alright, first things first, what makes this little guy so special? I mean, we're talking about a regular old penny, right? Wrong. This 1979 Lincoln cent with the D mint mark could actually be your golden, or copper, ticket to a windfall. Asterisk. Okay, quick history lesson. 1979 was the year the U.S. Mint in Denver cranked out Lincoln cents like hotcakes. But, as with any large production, mistakes happen. And it's these mistakes, or errors, that coin collectors go absolutely nuts for. Asterisk. The error we're looking for today is on the D mint mark. You see, the Denver Mint accidentally punched the D in twice on some of these coins, creating what collectors call a D over D or repunched mint mark. And boy, does it drive the value up. Asterisk. Think of it like finding a misprinted baseball card or a double-stuffed Oreo. It's rare, and rare equals valuable. So, how much is one of these error coins worth today? Well, in 2023, one of these rare gems sold for a whopping $865,000. That's right, $865,000 for a penny. And to think, you probably tossed one in a tip jar last week. But before you start flipping over your coin jar, let's get into why this coin is so valuable and how you can spot one yourself. Asterisk. I've got a funny story for you. Last year, I actually found a 1979 penny in my change jar. I got so excited thinking I had struck gold, literally. I'm there with my magnifying glass, squinting at that D, convincing myself it was one of those rare repunched mint marks. I was ready to retire on the spot. Turns out, it was just a regular D. Shrugs asterisk. No double D. No house in Malibu. Just me, and a very shiny, very regular penny. So, what should you look for if you think you've got one of these rare pennies? It's all in the details, my friends. First, grab a magnifying glass or, if you want to feel fancy, a jeweler's loupe. Check out that mint mark. If it looks like the D has been doubled or punched over itself, you might just be holding a tiny treasure worth more than your car. Asterisk. Now don't get discouraged if you don't find one right away. These error coins are pretty rare, but they're out there. And the best part? You don't need to be a professional coin collector to start checking. This is something anyone can do, even while binge-watching Netflix. Asterisk. And here's a pro tip. Check your old coin jars, piggy banks, or even ask your grandparents. Those older coins could be hiding in plain sight, just waiting for you to cash in. So, there you have it, $865,000, all packed into a little copper penny from 1979. Who knew something so small could be worth so much, right? Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone hoping to get lucky, checking your change could literally change your life. Asterisk. And if you're like me and love uncovering hidden treasures, then you're going to want to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you don't miss out on more tips, tricks, and stories about coins worth serious cash. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. We've got a lot more in store. Picture this, you're digging through your spare change, totally chill, when bam. You spot a regular old penny. But wait, could that penny be worth $865,000? Yeah, you heard that right. $865,000. Not bad for a penny you could have tossed in a parking meter, right? Now, before you go frantically digging through every couch cushion in your house, let's talk about the 1988 D. Lincoln penny. This little guy has become the ultimate rags to riches story in the coin world, and today, we're going to break down how a tiny D mint mark can transform a simple cent into a golden ticket. So stay tuned and let's make sure you don't pass up your shot at the jackpot. Alright, let's get into it. 1988 was a year like any other. Big hair was still in, everyone was talking about Beetlejuice, and the Denver Mint was cranking out pennies like nobody's business. The pennies, of course, seemed totally ordinary. Nothing fancy. But little did people know, some of these pennies were destined for greatness. Why? Well, the Denver Mint, that's where that little D under the date comes in, had a little mix-up that year. Some pennies left the factory floor with what collectors call a transitional error. Basically, they used some old 1989 dies when they should have been using 1988 dies. It's like if you showed up to a party in a 1989 outfit when everyone else was still rocking the 88 vibe. Total clash, right? This error is so rare, even the Lincoln Memorial on the back is probably shaking his head like, "What did you guys do?" But here's where things get juicy. Only a few of these error coins are believed to exist, and that's why they're worth a whopping $865,000. Imagine casually flipping one of those bad boys out of your pocket at the gas station for a pack of gum. Oof now, quick personal story. I once found a 1988 D penny and got so excited thinking I hit the jackpot. I legit ran to my computer like a kid who just saw ice cream for the first time. But guess what? Turns out it was just your average, run-of-the-mill penny worth exactly, well, 1 cent. Yeah, not my finest moment. But hey, the thrill was real. And that's what keeps us coming back for more, right? Now, before you rush off to check your piggy bank, here are a couple of things you need to know to spot this coin. First, you need to make sure it has that D mint mark. Then, and this is key, check the lettering and design details. Specifically, you're looking for subtle differences in Lincoln's bust and the design on the reverse. This is why collectors go nuts for this penny. It's not just rare, it's hard to spot without a trained eye. And get this, in auctions, these coins are getting scooped up by collectors faster than free samples at a Costco on a Saturday afternoon. The record sale? Yup, $865,000. Now, that might seem like an absurd amount to pay for a penny, but trust me, in the coin world, this is like finding the golden ticket in your chocolate bar. So, what's the takeaway? Always check your change. It's like playing the lottery, except it's free and you don't have to deal with those confusing scratch-off cards. You never know what hidden treasures might be lurking at the bottom of your purse, in your car's cup holder, or even in that jar of coins your grandma's had sitting on the kitchen counter for decades. If you like this video and want to know more about coins that could turn your small change into big bucks, hit that subscribe button. Let's turn your pennies into thousands, maybe even millions. And hey, don't forget to drop a comment below if you've got a penny story of your own. Maybe you're one D. Mint mark away from joining the 865K Club. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy hunting!